Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Timo Albers Daly. Joining me today is British racing driver Will Tregurtha. We caught up recently to chat about how he got into motorsport to begin with, how 2021 is going racing-wise, spoilers, quite well, and much more. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi Will, thanks for being here today. First of all, how are you?
Thank you. Excited to be here.
So, first question I like to ask everyone who comes on here: what got you into motorsport to begin with?
A lot. I've always been interested in cars, anything mechanical, and to be honest, I think I've always liked endurance racing more than anything.
Okay.
You know, watching. I don't know. I think for me, it's the fact that you know, in a lot of endurance races, you get more racing than some people get in a full season of racing, just in one race. And getting back into a car, doing long stints, multi-class stuff. I just find it a lot more interesting.
Fair enough. Good as reason as any. More racing and just test yourself a bit.
Exactly.
So then, what was it like winning your first race when you finally got up and running with it all?
I think at least in cars, it just feels like information of the hard work that you put into it. But it's amazing. I was really lucky that when I was winning my first car race, it was in front of a load of people. You know, huge crowds, which obviously are trickier at the minute. So I loved that. That was really good. Yeah, it's just things like that are amazing experiences, as you can probably imagine.
I was going to say then, if that was how it was like winning the first race, you were then British GT champion in 2017. Was that just that feeling just on times 1,000? Or what was that like?
Yeah, to be honest, you don't really believe it, because we went from winning Ginetta Junior straight into then winning British GT. We went into it not expecting, but hoping and obviously trying to win, and to actually do it was amazing. It really was amazing.
And so you really carried that momentum forward from, like you say, the junior Ginetta, and then just, because again, you want to hope and you want to, obviously you're there to win, but you don't quite dare yourself to let yourself run away with the idea until you're there.
No, exactly. And just it's the momentum is really good, and you've got to keep it going. And that, I think that's the hardest thing, is to keep on learning all the time. I think the day that you stop learning is when you sort of plateau, isn't it? So you've just got to keep on having the will to learn more things. You know, just keep on going. It's quite easy
to become complacent maybe when you're at the top of things, or you feel like you're on top of things. But again, it's just, there's always that new challenge there to get. And I mean, you want to keep that forward momentum, but you've got to know that, okay, just because it's gone well these last couple of years doesn't mean you're just going to suddenly be champion of the world kind of thing.
Exactly. Just because you're at the front doesn't mean that you can't be quicker, because the people behind you, they're always going to get quicker and quicker, and especially the higher up you go, the people around you are going to be quicker and quicker. So the day that you stop pushing is when everyone else is working 10 times as hard as you.
And so you're always chasing that perfect lap that obviously doesn't exist. So as long as you still got the drive for that at the end of the day, then you're obviously going to be, you've got that hunger still.
Exactly. It's just how close to the limit can you fly?
And then, so recently you got on the podium at the Nurburgring, of all places. How was that? Kind of Similar but different feeling to before?
I love the Nurburgring. I don't think I've raced anywhere else as much as the Nurburgring now. So it's almost like my home track. I really, really like it there. I mean,
and clearly you're doing all right at driving around it because you got on the podium.
Yeah. I've been really lucky to do really well there. And yeah, it's an incredible place, isn't it? I like it because you're driving a lot more on instinct around there than just on pure amounts of testing or things like that.
There's only so many notes you could study before you just got to go and take the exam as such, and then you just kind of you've got to rely on yourself a bit there.
Yeah, experience is a huge thing around there, and at the same time, confidence and preparation and everything that goes into going quick on a normal race weekend, it has to be really amplified to do well at the Nurburgring.
So coming into that weekend, did you think that there was a chance, or were you thinking there was a realistic chance that you were going to get on the podium, or was that part of just quiet that part of the mind? Tell us the story.
I think hopefully it's always a realistic chance.
Good answer.
Yeah, you've got to, if you don't think it's a realistic chance, then it's never going to happen, is it? So you've got to put in all the effort beforehand to allow yourself to realistically believe that the result's going to be there. You really have to.
So then, what's been the most challenging thing in your motorsport career so far?
There's a lot of situations where perhaps you're not in, you don't have the resources of some of the bigger teams, or you don't have all the testing, and perhaps you've just been where it's a very late deal, so you're not as prepared as everybody else. All of those aspects are really hard, and I think that's the point where you be able to just jump in and drive a car quick. So those kind of late deals are pretty hard to be able to do, and you always have to be prepared for those. In terms of drive, I think probably 100% the middle of the night at Nurburgring in the 24 hours. It's so much darker than everybody says it is. even when they're saying it's pitch black, you think, there's still a bit of light.
Shade of black.
Surely you can see a bit more. Yeah, but it really is pitch black, and you're sort of just driving, and when you look back at the onboard video, all it is just a curb on the right going past, and then a curb on the left going past, and then there's a set of headlights in the mirror.
Can you learn much from that when you watch it back, or is it just
to be honest, it's just a cool video. You can't really learn much from it. You can look at how the traffic comes and goes, and that's about it, because you can't really see much else. You might be able to see the odd flare or light off in the grandstands, and the fans going a bit crazy around there, but yeah, it's really, really crazy at night.
So then, how's 2021 going for you racing wise?
Super well, to be honest. I think, how many races have we done now? I think 16 or 17 races. We've had every race bar 3 on the podium.
Not too bad.
Yeah, 2 P4s and 1 DNF. So, do you know what? I'm quite happy with the year so far. I'm leading the DTM Trophy Championship.
Fingers crossed it stays that way.
Yeah, fingers crossed it stays that way. Lots of hard work to keep that lead, and carry on in the Nissan and the VLN with BMW at Nurburgring, and see where we go from that. Just try and push for more race wins, and keep on going quick at Nurburgring.
That sounds like a very good plan to me. You're saying about you love the endurance racing. Would you ever want to try your hand at any other form of motorsport?
Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, endurance racing is my favourite. But if somebody said to me, "Yeah, you can go and race NASCAR or rallying or anything like that, even powerboat racing," I'd love to have a go at anything. Dirt oval racing looks, yeah, it just, you know what, the crazier, more strange racing, it looks amazing fun. It looks amazing fun. So I'd love to be able to go and do other stuff, but for now, this is where I'm at.
Endurance going pretty well for you at the moment, yeah. So it'll keep you there for a bit.
Yes.
Then I feel like I might know the next, or part of the next one, but we'll try anyway. Favorite circuit and favorite racing driver for you?
Favorite circuit, Nurburgring would be. I always this is a really hard question because I love Nurburgring, and if I ever say it's Nurburgring, then I feel bad because I love Bathurst as well. Bathurst was amazing, so I can't pick between the two. They're both amazing for different reasons. If I said Bathurst, I'd be disappointed because I'd want to be saying Nurburgring, but yeah, those two
reasons, shall we go with that?
Yeah, both completely crazy and probably wouldn't get approved if they were new circuits now, and they're amazing, both for different reasons. And favorite driver, I think I'd have to say someone like Nick Tandy, because it just seems that wherever he goes, he does a perfect job. So I think for me to be the person that a manufacturer or a team can rely on to go anywhere and go quick and do a good job, whether it's in an LMP car, GT3, whatever continent on the world you're in, you go fast, do a good job, and have a good time doing it. That seems pretty good to me.
I'm saying this success that definitely shows what kind of work ethic he's putting into it as well, and because you don't just wake up and roll out of bed and just get those accidents every time. So.
Exactly.
So then, a couple of fun questions to finish off. What TV show character would be fun to trade places with for a week?
TV show character to trade places with? God. Trying to think. Can it be, when you say TV, anything I want?
They can have as normal as Friends or as wacky as Rick and Morty, and everything in between.
Do you know what? Actually, that's a good point. Rick would be a very good pick, because you've got a
very interesting week.
You've got you can do whatever you want, can't you? You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, whenever you want. I can go and do as much endurance racing as I want.
In space.
Yeah.
Rick Sanchez for the win. And finally, what animal is the most majestic?
What animal is the most majestic? Whale sharks.
Okay, you didn't have too much time to think about it. You knew that one straight on. Fair play.
I don't know why.
Instinct.
Yeah.
Fair play. Well, it's been great chatting with you. I want to wish you best of luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully it keeps going the way it looks like it's going at the moment. So, yeah, thanks for being here today, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It was good to chat with Will. I want to thank him again for coming onto the show and wish him the best of luck for the rest of the 2021 season. Join me again soon when I'll be chatting to another famous face from the world of motorsport. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and check out the other videos on the On The Kerbs YouTube channel. Away from YouTube, you can find me over on DriveTribe, and feel free to follow me on Instagram at t.albert.daily.drivetribe. You can also find me over on GP Grassland TV, where I'm part of their weekly podcast. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next week for the next episode.